Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans, and this is a shout out to Erica, who drew my attention to this shocking article that appeared in what appears to be a scungy Australian newspaper, online newspaper that I never ever heard of before. And, you know, when you read the article, and I will put the link down below this video so you can actually go and have a look for yourself. The article appears to be legitimate. Okay, it's and I have to tell you that right at the bottom of the page, if you go scroll right down to the bottom of the page, a guy by the name of Phoenix 13 says, "This is satire. Interesting how dumb the anti-Greens are. Ignoramus Inc. AU." And then comments are closed. Now, there is absolutely no reference to this being satire. It reminds me so much of that arsehole editor at the Citizen. I've forgotten what his forgettable name is, but we know who we're talking about. The one who danced and sang that awful song. You know, this is just... And of course, none of this ever gets reported. I'm actually going to read to you what is said in this article, and just to be clear, it's all crap, okay? The leader of the Greens, Richard Di Natale, never said this, but this is what the article says, and there's no reference anywhere to this being satire. So, you know, if you read this, you think that it's real. And there are 22 comments below the article, and you can see for yourself how horrified people are that this has been suggested. Now, to take you out of your misery, I'm going to read this piece of satire that's presented as if it's news. It's even put in under the politics section, and it's written by this Emmis Tilton, who seems to be the only editor on this online newspaper. And I guess he is a bit of a greenie, or certainly anti-South African if you follow his final comment. Okay, the headline is, "Greens say South African farmers must be slaughtered to prove Australia isn't racist." Greens leader Richard Di Natale has weighed in on South Africa's visa issue today, saying it's further proof of how racist Australia and the government is. Di Natale accused Mr. Dutton of being an out-and-out racist while also praising his own party for their stance on the matter. Now, I should mention to you that this article was posted online in March last year. So it's now, 14 months old. But that doesn't matter. The fact that it's still up there and still presenting this message is extremely disturbing. And no one in the mainstream media in South Africa has ever taken this crummy little online paper to account. So I'm going to be contacting Richard Di Natale later today, and I'm going to be giving him the link, and I'm going to be asking him for comment. Okay, so let's just continue with the story. This is what the satire section of this story, which again, it's not shown as satire anywhere except for the closing comment right at the bottom of this page. Di Natale accused Mr. Dutton of being an out-and-out racist while also praising his own party for the stance on the matter. And this is what he claims Di Natale says. It's shocking in the extreme. "Here at the Greens, we believe Australia is a dirty, racist country, and if these South Africans aren't slaughtered, then you're only proving our point. They need to stay and die, otherwise we are right, and in politics the only thing that matters is you're right." Okay, now that's what this arsehole reporter, and whoever it is, can pog my on. You are just a piece of crap. This is what this arsehole reporter writes in this satire. Ask yourself, this is again supposed to be the leader of the Greens, Di Natale talking, the Australian Greens. And ask yourself what's more important, the lives of these South Africans or the belief that Australia is racist. We believe Australia is racist and that idea must be protected. The farmers can look after themselves. And then it goes on to suggest that the Times also spoke to UK professor and racism expert John Thorpe. Now, this is when I first, my sort of feelers went up into extreme mode, because I could see there was something wrong here. Because if you Google John Thorpe in UK, you come up with nothing. Now, if he's a professor, he would definitely be mentioned many, many times. So that's when I first got the inkling that this is bullshit. But the fact that this online article is out there is outrageous. It's totally outrageous. John Thorpe allegedly said, and of course this is totally concocted, it is a very interesting situation. People like the Greens need to use the situation to prove they are not racist. They say the white South Africans need to stay and get slaughtered, just like the brown people had to stay and get slaughtered. They can then turn around and say, see how I'm not racist. But of course, someone who isn't racist doesn't feel the need to go around proving it all the time. It's almost like they know they have low-key racist thoughts and they are terrified someone will find out, so they constantly go around trying to prove how non-racist they are. And then the article concludes by saying, again quoting Thorpe, it is like the homophobic preacher who turns out to be blowing other men in trucks stop bathrooms, or an ex-deputy PM who criticizes other people's family values while banging his staffer and getting her pregnant. But the truth is only white people fight amongst themselves to prove how non-racist they are, regardless of who is dying. And that's how the story is presented. There's no reference to satire anywhere in the heading, anywhere in the article. It looks legit. And it's only when you go right to the very bottom, and you can do this because I'm putting the link up for you. Right at the very bottom, you will see the final comment is from Phoenix 13, dated the 24th of March 2018, where this person says, this is satire. Interesting how dumb the anti-Greens are. Ignoramus. Now, if this totally fabricated story, or satire, had been the blacks doing something to the whites, and, in similar kind of vein, this would have been news all over Australia in the mainstream media. How racist to do something like this. But because it's attacking white South Africans, they didn't ever touch this story. Well, maybe they'll touch it now, because, as I said, I'm going to be talking to Richard Natali, or his office, today. I'm going to send them the link. I'm going to ask them for a comment, and I'm going to suggest to them that they better clear up the position with the media about this. All right, so watch this space. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell to get all the updates, and have a great evening. Bye for now.